Hey everyone, this is Thatch. Just as a reminder for everybody, if you want to listen to full PuCL, you can always go over to the main feed and do that. However, if you also are just interested in listening to trivia, remember this happened late 2016, early 2017, so Toucan is definitely an answer, but unfortunately Stack Attack isn't. But I hope you enjoy this trivia segment. PokeQuiz PokeQuiz. PokeQuiz PokeQuiz is our show where we get to quiz our co-host on their innate Pokemon knowledge, what's in their brains, not what's on the internet. So, of course, guys, you have to lower your browsers. Don't use those. And we are going to jump right on in. The way this game works is you guys get 1 minute to answer each question. And, of course, you get one hint to use throughout it. If you get all 5 questions correct, though, you can cash that hint in for an extra point at the end. One of these questions will be worth an extra point. So, are you guys ready?
Wait a sec. Just let me open up Google.
Okay. So we're ready. So question number 1. I know both of you have played the TCG before. Mm-hmm.
A little.
So with it being the anniversary of Pokemon, this is the 21st anniversary of Pokemon. If we look back at the launch of the Pokemon TCG back in the 90s, how many types of Pokemon were there initially in the Pokemon TCG during its launch?
Well, I know that they added Dark, Steel, and Fairy. So if you combine the pooling, so there's water, there's electric, grass, fire,
yeah,
psychic, and fighting. So, and also normal. So 7.
Yes, those colorless seven. Yeah.
Now let's think if there's anything else that we're missing.
If there's a special one. I don't think there is, because they didn't introduce dual types either, and they're pretty much that's all there is, aside from the 3 that have been added as of late. I'd say 7.
And flying was normal. I'm just trying to make sure we're thorough.
Yeah, Earth and Rock were always fighting.
Yep.
Poison and Ghost was always Psychic.
Poison, Ghost, Psychic, yeah.
Bug was always Grass.
Yep. I think it's 7 Thatch.
You did say water, normal. Right? You did say water.
Yeah, we said water. If we're not counting...
So 7's your final answer?
I don't know. I don't know if I like that tone of voice.
Is it your final answer? I just need your final answer.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
That is correct. The answer is 7. Yes. The one thing you guys did say that was incorrect, though, which has nothing to do with the question, is that poison type Pokemon were always psychic. That's actually not true. Initially, when they came out, they were grass, and then they became psychic.
Oh, right.
On. Yeah. They switched to psychic. So you can go get a grass type Zubat.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, just saying.
Princess.
Just trying to make sure we're correct, guys.
But that's one question. So our next question has to do with Pokemon video games. So we may never get to meet Ash's dad in the anime. And for the majority of Pokemon games, you, like Ash, only know your mother. But there is one set of Pokemon games that does allow you to meet your father. What set of games are they?
Ruby Sapphire.
Do we say it as either the reboot or the OG? Because I think that's where he's trying to throw us off. But he's still.
Could you rephrase the question? Could you say the question?
What games? I don't know. Whatever games you want to say.
Ruby Sapphire.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
That is Norman.
Yeah. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. Ruby and Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the only games that you meet your father in. And that's because your father, Norman, is a gym leader. You never meet your father in any of the other ones. Like, that's just not a trope they ever used again. It's really odd.
Yeah. They talk about him in Gale of Darkness.
Norman or your father? In Gale of Darkness. That's not a mainstream Pokemon. It's not a main series game, though. That's technically a spin-off.
Technically. Look, I'm fat. Technically.
All right. So next question. So you guys are...
He's going to hate us, Viger. He's going to hate us.
Politically correct up in here.
So... Game Freak, the company that started our beloved franchise, didn't actually start as a video game development studio. What were they prior to being a video game developer?
I want to say it's like a pachinko machine thing. Like it was like with the little capsule monsters and everything. They used to sell those at like little arcade stores.
Where are you getting that from?
I don't know, because that's where Ken Sugimori got his inspiration for Pokemon. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's an interesting idea because like pachinko is super popular over here in Japan. Yeah, pachinko. Gotcha. So rather than just a video game company, you're thinking just a gaming company?
Just like a toy company.
All right.
Because like they'd sell the little toys that would be in those little capsules.
We should also consider like what if they were like actually no, like my Japan histories Japan doesn't have many software companies because they are mainly hardware focused. So
we're gonna need an answer soon.
Well, chill out.
You get a minute. This is how the game works.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go with Viger's idea. Toy company.
Toy company.
Or like what kind of like falling under the definition of what we said.
Okay. Yeah. Understandable. That is incorrect, unfortunately. They were actually a video game magazine that was self-published. There's a self-published video game magazine, and then they realized that the games weren't that great. And they're just kind of like, well, the games aren't that great. We can do better. And they came up with Pokemon.
And then they did.
Then they did. They made the second most popular franchise in the entire world. So good on them.
Second is the best. First is the worst.
That's Mario. And okay, so question number 4. So you guys should probably use your hint at some point because you can't cash in anymore.
All right.
So in Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, remakes of the games that started it all, Pokemon Red and Blue. This is also possible in
Pokemon Fred? Did I just hear you?
Red and Blue. Pokemon Fred, my dog Fred. So in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green and Fire Red, what is the lowest possible level to obtain an Electrode through an in-game trade? You, of course, have the hint as well.
I want to say... Well, I'd almost have to say... It has to be level 2 because you would have to evolve Voltorb at some point. But
no, there's a trade for an Electrode in the game. It's Cinnabar Island Lab. We need to think about the lowest level that you can evolve Pokemon. So you said in-game trade, right, Thatch?
It's through an in-game trade, yeah.
Okay. What is the Pokemon you traded for? I want to say Seal or like.
You can also get a hint, obviously, for this.
Okay, yeah. Let's use the hint. This is a hard one.
Yeah. So you actually have to trade a Raichu.
Okay.
And because then you can evolve it via Thunderstone.
Yeah, so the lowest level you can catch a Pikachu at, which I think is 4.
4, 3?
It's either 4 or 3. Like what?
I need to Google this now.
It's either 4 or 3. It's either 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Oh, gee.
I am leaning more towards 4 just because of the rarity that Pikachu is in Viridian Forest.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Let's just do 4. Sure.
4.
Is that your final answer?
4 is our final answer.
Again, I don't like the tone.
I'm not buying it.
Sure.
4 is our final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. It is 3. Because you can't catch a level 3 Pikachu, evolve it with a Thunderstone, and trade for the Electrode on Cinnabar Island. So
yeah,
you were correct with almost everything except for
I get half a point, Thatch? You're giving it to everyone else. Why?
I'm not giving any more half points out. This is over. Also, it's not really a half point. It's not really a half point. It's an advantage.
It's the same thing.
It's an advantage. It's like in tennis, like advantage. You know,
favoritism is what it is.
Okay. Question number 5. Now this one's worth 2 points because there's 2 Pokemon that are the answers, so 1 point per each Pokemon.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So I always ask a question about base stats, just because it gives people a feel for what the base stats of Pokemon are, and it's an easy question to write. So that last part specifically. Including all Mega Evolutions and Generation 7 Pokemon, there are 2 Steel-type Pokemon that share the highest base defense of all Steel types.
Go on.
One is Mega Aggron, and I think the other is Mega Steelix.
I was gonna say base defense.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Base defense. And you said Mega Aggron is one of them.
Yeah, Mega Aggron is absolutely one of them.
I want to say, and this is just a shot in the dark, just because I'm applying resistances and everything as well. I want to say it's Dialga or Mega Metagross as well.
Not Dialga, not Mega Metagross.
Okay,
Neither of them come close to Mega Aggrons.
Never mind.
I think that Steelix could be close though. But
Steelix could be. I do remember like doing like a in one of my playthroughs of Diamond that I had a Steelix and its defense just shot through the roof.
Yeah.
As it continued on and on. But wouldn't Mega Steelix have a higher base defense then?
Yeah, it'd be Mega Steelix.
Okay. So you want to say Mega Aggron and Mega Steelix?
1 second, let me think.
Are these your final answers? I'm going to need one.
Yeah, what we said.
That
Mega
is
Steelix and Mega Aggron.
correct on both accounts.
Yes.
So both Mega Aggron and Mega Steelix are tied for the highest base defense of Steel-type Pokemon at a base of 230, which
Nice.
is literally the highest except for Shuckle. So good for you
Well,
guys. there.
Shuckle's heavily modified as well.
Yes. So that gives you guys 4 points for today. So I'm gonna go throw that into my magic sheet. My magic sheet where I keep all of your stats. So that puts Viger on the board today.
Woo!
And so
Yeah.
so the standings are updated. Of course, you guys are playing for Pokemon coasters that my wife is going to create. So they're actually going to look really cool. So you guys saw the coasters at PuckleCon last year, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
did.
saw the-
And I also saw how Bocefus pocketed them all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that happened.
He got super triggered that you didn't do it without his permission or anything. Just
Hey,
like,
Thatch,
"We had
can
a
I have
thing."
Comios? Jibo, why don't you just take 5?
Well, if you want some, you should have just asked. Okay, so the
You just
standings
might,
are
when he
updated.
comes up there for the documentary filming, you might want to just like put those on lock and key just to be on the safe side.
So
Gotta be coming for those coasters.
So the
Coming
standings
for
are
them.
updated. Of course, it's the race to first to 30. So we're going to see where we're at. So in first place, we have Dr. Shamu with 13 points. In second place, we have Zcron with 11 points. In third place, we have Jushiro because of the advantage with 10 points. In fourth place, we have Whimsicott with 10 points.
You mean
And tied-
10.5?
And tied for
Because of your half point.
fifth is Bocefus and Viger with 4 points. And then in second place is Maximus with 3. And then everybody else has yet to get on the board. So that's where we are with that, guys. And welcome to Puckle's PokeQuiz, where we quiz your co-host on their innate Pokemon knowledge. So that, of course, means, guys, you're going to have to lower your browsers. You're just going to have to use what's in your noggins. And we're going to go ahead and jump in. So, as always, there are going to be 5 questions. One of them is going to be worth 2 points. And you get 1 hint for all the questions. And if you get all the questions correct, you can actually cash in that hint for an extra point at the end. But both of you are doing so well, so low stress situations for both of you when it comes to these questions. All right. So, are you guys ready?
As ready as I'm ever going to be tonight.
All right. So, our first question, I'm going to lobby you guys a softball. Many shiny hunters go after an elusive item known as the shiny charm. This is typically awarded after filling up a Pokedex to some extent, whether it be the National Dex or the Alola Dex, in the case of Generation 7. So this actually increases the chance of finding a shiny Pokemon. How much does it increase the chance of finding a shiny Pokemon by?
It gives you 3 extra rolls.
Is that your final answer?
Wait, what was that? It cut out for me.
It gives you 3 extra rolls against the shiny chance.
That sounds actually right, because it like lowers it down to like 800 or something like that. I think.
The technical thing that it does is it rolls 3 additional times to check if you get a shiny.
I'll go with that, because I really don't know off the top of my head.
That is correct. It is a factor of 3 because you're essentially just rolling the dice 3 times. You're 4,096 sided dice. You're rolling that. You're rolling that. Rolling that 3 times now. So that is correct. That is 1 point, guys. So there we go. Okay. So this next question is from Gator. He wanted to give you guys something rough. Well, I don't think this one's too rough. So this one.
You're really great at this.
So, what is the minimum amount of experience any Pokemon needs to get to level 100? So different Pokemon have different base experiences, right? So what's the lowest number of experience that you can get a Pokemon to level 100 with?
This is a really tough one.
It is kind of harder. I want to say it was... what was it?
I recently checked how many points you need to get a legendary to level 100 because I wanted to know how much experience I would have to give my Kartana in order to use a ball cap on it, and it was in the millions, I think. So maybe the very least amount of experience is 1 million, Shamu?
That's what I was thinking. I don't really know off the top of my head, and I kind of just feel like risking it with 1 million because I don't feel like it was lower.
I mean, there maybe Magikarp needs like 500,000, but honestly, I would not know. So
yeah,
if
I think it's the safest bet for the 1 million.
It is the safest bet. Do you maybe want to use the hint? But it's not like if he gives us a hint, we're going to get much closer to knowing for sure.
Well,
we're not.
I don't know because we don't know what's coming up later.
Exactly. So yeah, we might as well, burn 7 points. As I said, we're doing well.
Yeah,
we're saying 1 million.
Yeah.
1 million is incorrect, unfortunately. The answer is actually 600,000. A few Pokemon can actually get to level 100 with that. Altaria is a notable one, as is Melodic. They both can get there with 600,000. It's typically these weaker Pokemon. Shedinja can do the same thing. So,
I had a small feeling it was like 100,000, but I just I had nothing to confirm it on myself.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't think we would have ever gotten 600,000. Like 500,000 maybe, but
it's just one of those questions that's kind of hard to figure it out. Like without any other real idea, it's just out of the blue. It's hard to answer.
Yeah. You just have to know.
So question number 3. This one I found it today and I thought it was very interesting. Not the question, but the trivia fact. I hopefully can make it clear. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to do this one. So in Pokemon Red and Blue version, it is possible that when you choose your starter, that it will be impossible to gain seen Pokedex information for the final evolution of another starter. I'm going to give this one 2 points. So if you can name what starter you have to choose and which starter final evolution you cannot see, which one, those are the 2 Pokemon I need.
Okay.
All in Generation 1.
Okay. So essentially there's a trainer who did not have the final evolution of one of the starter lines.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to. Because so essentially it's the pairing of you and your rival that you have to
Exactly. So if you pick Charmander, you're for sure going to be seeing Blastoise, but will you be seeing a Venusaur or not? So we have to figure out whether a trainer
have to find out what if a trainer has either Blastoise, Charizard, or Venusaur.
Besides Blue / Gary / Green / Jerkface.
Yeah.
This is a tough one indeed. And my first instinct would be
does Blaine have a Charizard? I mean, not Blaine. Lance. Does Lance have a Charizard?
I think he might.
Because he has 3 Dragonites.
He has doesn't he have 2 Dragonites, 2 Dragonairs, and an Aerodactyl?
It might be. I know he has an Aerodactyl. Shoot.
He might have a Charizard in yellow, but I don't think
it might be yellow.
He has a Charizard in red and blue, and he specifically asked for red and blue. And my first instinct was Charizard.
Yeah, that's the one that we can't find.
Yeah, so I think if you pick,
it would have to be
if you pick Squirtle, you don't see Charizard. I think that sounds right to me.
Wait, if this one's worth, maybe we should use our hint because if it's worth 2 points.
Yeah, good point. Let's use the hint.
Yeah, I'm game for the hint.
Oh god, I have to make up a hint now.
This is a tough one to get a hint for.
Yeah, this is a tough one to give you guys a hint for. They're both starter Pokemon.
Oh shit.
And so they're both starter Pokemon, and let's see. Oh man, one of them is a fire type. One of the 2 is a fire type.
Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure someone has a Blastoise in the game. I'm 90% sure someone has a Blastoise. So it is Squirtle and Charmander. Squirtle and Charizard, my bad.
I'm game with that, yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is incorrect on both accounts. The answer is actually Charmander Venusaur. If you pick
no one has a Venusaur?
No one has a Venusaur in the entire game. On Victory Road, there are 2 trainers. One has a Charizard, one has a Blastoise.
Okay.
And there is no Venusaur. There's actually the grass type trainer that's there's an equivalent has a Victory Bell. It's really weird. So it is unfortunate.
Yeah, I just couldn't picture Blastoise and Charizard.
Yeah, there is a Blastoise and a Charizard both on in Victory Road.
See, if I played the Virtual Console games, I probably would have known that. But
I never got through that one. I didn't have the time, and it's been so long since I played Red and Blue.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't played them since.
All right, guys, let's move on. We're gonna get you guys 2 more points today, hopefully.
Probably not.
What generation of core series games are the only core generation of main series games in which it is impossible to catch a Pikachu?
Okay. It's not Alola. It's not Kalos.
It's Unova, I believe, was one of them because.
I mean that's.
Wait. Because
does Black and White 2 count? And besides, I'm pretty sure you can catch a Pikachu post game in Unova.
Well, wait, what was the question again? Because maybe I misheard this.
You can't catch Pikachu in this main series pair of games.
And pair, generation, whatever one you want to call it.
Generation.
I'll take whatever.
So you can't catch Pikachu in this main game, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, generation 1, 2, the other out. If I read that.
Do you know what I think it could be? And this is going to sound really weird, but can you get a Pikachu in Hoenn?
Yeah, you can. Safari Zone.
Oh, okay, right, in the Safari Zone. Okay.
Because I was thinking Gen 5 because the reason Gen 5, there were only Gen 5 Pokemon.
But then post-game you get a lot of Gen 1 and 2 stuff.
Yeah. 5.
Can you catch one in Sinnoh?
I don't know if you can, perfectly honest.
You can catch Pichu. You can catch Pichu in Diamond.
But the question, what was the question again? Because I'm
catching Pikachu, not obtaining Pikachu.
Okay.
So it might be Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
Diamond, Pearl. I really don't know. I'm like nothing. These questions aren't good for me.
I would actually argue that it's Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum because you can only catch Pichu in there.
I'm game for that, honestly. Like,
I want to go for that. Let's go for that. What did you say that?
Is that your final answer? So you're gonna say generation 4?
Well, not if you count Heart Gold and Soul Silver, of course.
Okay,
but yeah, generation 4. Is that okay, Shamu?
I'm fine. I don't know. I really don't. So
that is incorrect. It is actually generation 5. It is impossible to catch a Pikachu in even Black and White too. Fun fact.
What?
Yeah. It is impossible to catch him there.
Are you counting the post game in Unova as well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm extremely surprised by this.
Should we fact check that?
You can fact check it, but
no, I trust him. I trust him.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm extremely surprised.
You cannot catch a Pikachu in any of those games. In Generation 5 as a whole. In Generation 4, you can catch it in the Trophy Garden.
You can catch Pichu there.
No, you can catch Pikachu there as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, I only caught Pichus there, so I didn't remember.
You missed out. Should have caught your Pikachu.
I did. I got a shiny Pichu there. It was my first shiny ever. Apart from Gyarados.
In the Trophy Garden, it's a very low chance. It's something like what is it? 10%. So it's not.
Man, Shamu, we're doing so bad tonight.
All right.
I'm dragging you down with me, and I'm so sorry.
Last question is, it's about Fairy-type Pokemon, so hopefully you guys can get this one. What Fairy-type Pokemon has the highest base HP?
Wigglytuff. That's the only thing I can think of.
Is that your final answer?
I want to think more. Okay. We've got like 45 seconds at least.
Yeah. Are you sure it's not your final answer?
Are you telling us this Wigglytuff?
I'm just asking you if it's your final answer.
I mean, I am going to be quiet about this because I've been making I've been
I need an answer, Shamu.
Down with me.
I can't think of anything else right now. Wigglytuff.
That is 100% correct. Wigglytuff is the Fairy-type Pokemon with the highest base HP.
Got like 110 or 120.
140.
Oh, okay, it was much higher. Okay.
Yeah, good. So it's much higher. So it's like by far the highest HP Fairy-type Pokemon. So that gives you guys 2 points for today, but that is enough to change the ladder because of where both of you are positioned. So, all right. So let me go ahead and click my buttons, and I
feel like by getting 5 points in 2 episodes, I'm like putting behind myself all of the bad feelings that people might have had about me getting 7 points almost for free.
Oh, all right. So the standings are new now, guys. We are at 1 in first place. We have Dr. Shamu with 15 points.
Wow.
And technically 15 and a half, but I'm not going to count the half.
Yeah, it's 15 and a half, all right?
It's a half point in your heart. We have second place, Whimsicott with 12 points.
Yay.
In third place, we have Zcron with 11 points. In fourth place, we have Jushiro with 10 points. In fifth place, we have Bocefus with 4 points. Tied with Viger. They're both tied in fifth. And then in seventh place, we have Maximus with 3. You guys are competing for those coasters, by the way, just as a friendly reminder. PokeQuiz. PokeQuiz is this show where we quiz your co-host on their innate Pokemon knowledge. They just heard this. And so we're going to go ahead and quiz our co-host. Of course, I see you guys in front of me, so I don't have to tell you to lower your browsers. The rules, as always...
Joke's on you. We totally have them up.
Joke's on you. So we're going to go ahead and ask you guys some questions. There are 5 questions. There's a total of 7 points for grabs. One of them if you don't use your one hint that you get. Also, you can... you can ask a hint. Yeah, you're probably going to use it. But one of these questions is going to be worth 2 points as well. So, we are going to...
Quick question. How does one earn a half point?
How does... Do not ask that question.
It is through...
It's a much debate.
It is through pushing Thatch. Because you guys got the question wrong either way he worded the question. You guys were hung up on whether or not Mega Evolution was included, and it wasn't. You got it wrong either way, so you don't deserve the half point, Jushiro and Shamu. This is what I was yelling about in the car when I was listening to it. I was like, Thatch, you're just a pushover.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like that one time Gator was like, hey, can we get our extra point on a question we know we can get? And it's like, but no, you get to choose which one the extra point is on. That's bullcrap. That's Toro's poop right there.
That's Toro's poop. Let me see, I lost the point.
This podcast is brought to you by Green Toros, by the way.
Green Toros, energy drink.
Speaking of... Thatch didn't do those. But,
wait, I forgot to add points because Snag's like, I have points. And I'm just like, okay, one sec. I'm fixing my sheet.
Wait, can he see that?
Nobody can see this sheet.
Then how does he know you
because I announced at the end of every segment, right?
Oh, right.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and ask the first question if you guys are ready. This one is actually from Zcron. I, of course, encourage the other co-hosts to ask you guys trivia questions.
All right, and next question is...
All right, question number 1. What is the only pseudo-legendary Pokemon whose English name is the same as its Japanese name?
Okay, it's not Hydreigon, it's not Dragonite, it's probably not Tyranitar, it might be Metagross, or it could be Salamence, probably not Haxorus, that sounds pretty American.
Jangmo-o.
Now, is it line, or is it...
No, just like Final Evolution.
That's what I was...
Final Evolution, we'll say Final Evolution.
So we got Komo-o, we got... I'm just going through the pseudos. Is Goodra? Do you count Goodra? I think
you'd have to.
I think Goodra is technically a pseudo.
Yeah. And then Gen 5 is Hydreigon, and maybe Volcarona, but it's not Volcarona.
Mm-hmm. Volcarona's not a pseudo.
It's not Hydreigon because it's a German.
That's a German name.
You're not trying to figure it out. Shut up. Quit giving me hints. I'll look in the gleam of your eye.
Throwing us off.
I would say either probably Salamence or Metagross. What are your thoughts?
I only thought Komo-o just because it's so unique.
I think it's
that it'd be hard to translate.
Yeah.
And because it is a line and they're trying to boost that up.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And because it's Gen 7 and it's Zcron asking the question, trying to throw curveballs. I probably Dragonite, honestly. That's what it is.
I could see that too. I could see Zcron playing the meta of this, trying to throw us off with that. No, I'm
gonna need an answer. Okay.
You want to lock in Komo-o?
Yes, we will. What is Komo-o?
What is Komo-o? That is unfortunately incorrect.
Yes.
Komo-o, I just looked up, is actually called Jararanga.
That's a way cooler name than Komo-o.
Jararanga. The answer is actually Metagross.
I should listen to you.
You were close. You were very close.
I just use process of elimination, and usually I guess.
I failed my beard brother, and I feel terrible.
Okay. Your logic made sense.
No, you had good logic. I looked it up just to verify.
You had good Scrawn logic. That was you played the Scrawn part of the game, and that's what sold it.
Okay. I hope you can get this one. Question number 2. What is the only Pokemon capable of evolving into 2 Pokemon at the same time?
Oh shit, Ninja-esque.
Yeah.
So what's the baby?
Nincada.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. You guys got a point today.
That's not even a question. Bearded high five. That's not even a question.
Ethan, you don't get to comment. You're at 0 points.
Ethan gets all of our points this week too because he's here on the show.
Mark that one down for Ethan. He's had that one.
He's growing his beard.
Yeah.
So he's almost a beard person.
I'm working on it. I'm the beard younger sibling.
He's a novice. Yeah.
Okay.
Just got a starter beard.
Question number 3. Today we're going to talk probably a lot about Gen 2.
That's great.
Seeing how the topic goes. So in Generation 2, one of the Johto gym leaders, only one of the Johto gym leaders gives you a TM that is not of his type. Who is it?
I want to say Morty because he's Ghost.
Yeah.
I know Faulkner gives you Mud Slap. It's
That's
Faulkner.
Faulkner, yeah.
It's Faulkner.
It's Faulkner.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. Show me Faulkner.
That is correct. Faulkner is the answer because no flying type TMs existed in Generation 2, so he couldn't give you one.
That's great. I'd love that. I'm like, no, because Faulkner it's Faulkner. I'm pretty sure it's Morty.
That's 2 points for you.
Morty gives you Shadow Ball. I know this.
There's 2 points for you.
Right.
So this next question is worth 2 points. I'm going to ask you guys about Generation 2 once again. In Generation 2, there are several new Pokemon that are not catchable in Johto, but rather Kanto. Who are these Pokemon?
I told you the answer to this before we started.
You don't say that.
That's cheating, though. I'll take the points, but I'll be meta about it.
What are the answers, Bo?
I'm pretty sure it's Houndour and Murkrow.
That is correct.
Okay.
Houndour and Murkrow.
I didn't look it up. I was just pretty sure about it. It could have been like, it's Squirtle and Bulbasaur.
I verified. That catchable on the route before Celadon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was right there at nighttime.
So there are also 2 dark types, and there were only 6 in that game.
And one of them was Umbreon.
One of them was Umbreon. 2 of them were Houndour Houndoom. Another one was Murkrow. One more was Sneasel, which you don't see until Mount Silver. And then the last one was Tyranitar. So those are your 6.
You don't see until Mount Silver.
It's almost physically impossible to catch dark type Pokemon in that game.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's
Unless you try.
Unless you try.
You have to try. I mean,
So that gives you guys 4 points for the day. We're going
4.5.
Yeah, we got a half point.
There's no half point.
Because we meta. Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that? There are no half points in this game.
You're gonna blow out the speaker.
Good. I hope they can hear us over there.
Headphone warning. Our next final question is, of course, base stat question. I ask one of these every week, just to give people an idea of what's going on.
We will take the clue up front.
Yeah.
Okay. What electric type Pokemon has the highest attack stat? And I will give you the hint up front because you might as well cash it in because you got the question wrong at the beginning. So the hint is going to be, it's from Generation 4 and I really like it.
It's Electivire.
Yeah. I mean,
there aren't any other Generation 4 Pokemon.
I can't think of anything else
likes.
What? That's bullcrap.
You can name one other electric type before you like.
Oh, electric type. No,
it's
Yanmega. What?
Yanmega. It's Yanmega.
So now we gotta edit, Bo.
It's Electivire.
That is correct. That gives you guys 5 points for the day.
I was going to ask you an Electivire question.
Electivire has the highest base attack stat of all Electric-type Pokemon with a base stat of 123 in attack, which is actually
What's Mega Ampharos's?
Mega Ampharos.
Oh, he's special.
He's
anyway.
special. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so let me update my rankings. This is what I do every time. You guys are seeing.
All right, so that puts me in first place with 34 points.
34 points.
The coasters are being made.
The coasters that I already have are
no. These are different coasters. She's gonna take those like giant cards and make coasters out of them.
I think that Bo and I have a good argument that Ethan should get 2.5 points.
Well, Ethan should get 5 from
he gets all those 5.
Oh, fantastic.
5 from contact.
Aha! Proxy points.
No, you participated. You said words.
So we have changed this.
I was going to call was it Metagross?
Yeah, you should have.
I was going to call Metagross. I didn't want to. I didn't know if that was kosher. But
that was kosher, man.
Can we go back in time and correct that? and shut me up.
So the standings are Shamu in first place with 13
5
points.
is a solid showing.
We have Zcron in second place with 11. Jushiro in third with 10.5/advantage.
No!
Whimsicott
Get rid of
is third
that!
and fourth with 10 points. He just gets advantage showing in the rankings he sounds better. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but when I tie him at the end, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I had the half point." And you're gonna be a pushover and give it to him. You should sudden death arm wrestle for it.
In 5th place, we have Bocefus with 9 points. In 6th place, we have Maximus with 6. Tied for 7th, we have Ethan and Beaverla.
Bringing up the rear.
And then in 10th place, we have Snag. And falling
You
up
skipped
the rear-
Viger with
where's
4.
Viger? Oh, Viger has 4. My
Oh
apologies.
wow, we're not that far behind.
No, the spread's pretty good right now. I'm really happy with it.
Ethan, we're gonna come down here every Sunday and attack.
Attack.
Yeah. If we get him by proxy, we'll just sit in the room.
Take back. Yeah. Spectators.
Just get those proxy points every week.
All right, so that is it for Puckle's. What is this called? PokeQuiz for this week.
The most generic name ever. It's us, a quiz about Pokemon.
This is my YouTube channel from 2008, PokeQuiz.
And kind of, yeah. And welcome to Puckle's PokeQuiz, where we quiz your co-host on their innate Pokemon knowledge. So, as always, guys, the rules are you're going to be asked 5 questions. One of those questions will include a bonus point. On top of that, you will also be able to use 1 hint for the entirety of the questioning. You can, if you get all of the questions correct, you will be able to cash that hint in for an extra point. So, we're clear on that. No internet browsers. You got to use what's in your head. So, are you guys ready to go?
Yep.
All right, let me pull my questions up then. Okay, question number 1. The alphabet has 26 letters in it. This is a normal thing. One of those letters is the letter X. Turns out there's only one Pokemon move that begins with the letter X. What is the name of that move?
That's a bit of a cop-out. X-Scissor?
Wow.
Is that,
Yep, that has to be it.
That's the only one.
Is that your final answer?
There's literally the letter X-scissor.
It's not even one word either. It's like a
Yeah, it's not one word. But it's the only one that comes to mind that has X.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct. It is X-Scissor. I actually tested these on Shamu before we started, and I gave him that question. He's like, I had no idea what that was. I had to look it up.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So, good job, guys. That gives you a point. Good thing I lobbed you a softball there. So, let's talk about Pokemon Snap for a minute. So, Pokemon Snap. There is actually one Pokemon that can be found on every course, minus, of course, the Rainbow Cloud, where you can only see Mew. But minus that course, every other course, you can find one Pokemon in all of them. The same Pokemon. What's that Pokemon?
It has to be Pikachu, couldn't it? Isn't it? Because
Yeah, I'm trying to think Pikachu, but then I think of the volcano area, and I don't recall seeing him there. That's what's throwing me off there. But he's basically there in everything else.
yeah, he's in the cave, he's in the mountain, he's in the river, he's
on the beach.
Yeah.
But then the volcano is the one I don't see him at.
But who else is there though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The only ones that come to mind are Charmander, its entire evolution, Rapidash.
That's not it.
That's not
on the
it
beach.
either. Yeah.
Unless
But
it's not Jigglypuff.
No, Jigglypuff's only in the cave.
Cave.
And then, but the only one I can think of is Pikachu because it's in every single one except the volcano. And the volcano has basically all the fire types that are nowhere else.
Like Pikachu's not on a cliff or something, or
He may have, and after many years, I've just never spotted him before. I guess, maybe.
I think Pikachu.
Do you just want to go with Pikachu just because it's the one that seems the most reasonable?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your final answer?
That is our final answer.
That is actually incorrect.
I figured as much.
The answer is actually Magikarp.
Oh, come on!
Magikarp too.
Right.
Splash the water.
There's a
in every area you can throw any item into a pool of water and a Magikarp will pop out.
Yeah, that's
there is one pool of water in the volcano that you can do that with, and Magikarp. You can catch a picture of Magikarp there as well.
Oh man, I was thinking that too, but it's saying like there's no water in the volcano area. I was like,
yeah, I haven't played it for so long too.
Right?
Oh, don't I feel terrible now?
All right. So this next one, it's going to get a little bit harder, but I think you'll be okay.
Oh, joy.
In Black and White 2, We got the Pokemon World Tournament, where you're capable of facing past gym leaders and champions. And surprisingly, not any Elite Four members, which is really weird to think about. However, 2 of the past gym leaders, who at some point been replaced, were not present. Who were they?
That had 2 gym leaders.
So there are 2 gym leaders in the World Tournament or 2 gym leaders missing from the World Tournament in like the cast of gym leaders throughout the series.
Oh boy.
Who are those gym leaders?
Wait, you think it could be like...
Wait.
You also have the hint as well. This is worth 2 points, 1 per gym leader.
Okay. I know.
So I do remember that.
I know one of them has to be blue. One of them has to be, because I don't recall blue being faceable in that tournament. Because if it was, Giovanni's in there, but he's not representing a gym leader in that. But blue is a gym leader, and he's not there.
Who was the gym leader that Sharon?
And so this would be like, I'm just asking for clarification on the question. Gym leaders that replaced former ones.
No, these gym leaders were replaced by other gym leaders.
Okay.
Opposite way around. You're thinking the opposite way around.
Okay, so then blue wouldn't work then. And then that throws Koga out as well. This one really is throwing me off. Because
once again, I've never played. Because
I did. Because I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one. But
you guys do still have your hint as well. You still have your hint as well.
I never played the black and white sequels at all. So
neither have I.
Oh great.
Oh god.
There's a lot wrong here. You want to burn the hint?
Use your hint.
Yeah, we have nothing to lose. Well,
yeah. Okay. So the hint. One of these gym leaders is from Gen 1. One of these gym leaders is from Gen 5. They were both replaced by other gym leaders in their sequels.
Yeah, it has to be the one Sharon but replacing in Black and White 2. I do know. I just forgot her name.
Yeah, that's that. It's the museum lady.
Yeah.
Big old teal afro.
The one that people saying look like Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, Aunt Jemima. Can we submit that as the actual name? Because we all know who we're talking about.
Her name's Lenora.
Okay, Lenora's the name. So, and then next one is a Gen 1. Who's a Koga's daughter? Because I know she replaced him when he went to the Elite Four.
Mm-hmm. It has to be her.
It has to be her.
You don't want the person that replaced them. You want the person that was replaced.
So then it would be Koga because he's Elite Four now.
Yeah.
Because Giovanni's still there and he was replaced, but he's still there. Koga's Elite Four, and you just said in the question there are no Elite Four members that are present in that tournament.
Kind of.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Great.
I did say that. Well, Lance is there, it's because he's a champion.
He's a cheater.
Yeah. He's a champion.
But yes, no Elite Four members are there. Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to say Koga and Lenora?
Yeah, Koga and Lenora.
Yeah, we'll say Koga and Lenora.
All right, that's going to give you guys 1 point. Koga is the correct answer. Koga was not able to be battled in the Pokemon World Tournament, which I think is very odd. But that's because Janine replaced him by then. The other one was actually Iris.
Because she's the champion.
She was the champion, and she was not present in the Pokemon World Tournament. So she was replaced by Drayden only if you played one of the versions of Black and White. I forget which one off the top of my head. Somebody's yelling in their car microphone right now, or their car in general right now, yelling at me, telling me it's like black version or white version. So, but yeah, that's 1 point. So you guys are standing at 2 right now.
Oh, we're going to get a lot of hate after this episode.
Yeah.
So, question number 4.
Played Black and White too.
How? So there's an item called Berry Juice in the games. It's actually really popular in Little Cup because it heals 20 HP, which is pretty much all the HP you'd ever have in Little Cup.
It's a must for a Magnemite.
Yeah, exactly. So, in Generation 2, there was a very specific way to obtain it. How did you obtain Berry Juice in Generation 2? This also carried over into Generation 3, by the way.
Generation 3 and Gen 2.
I really just want to say give a berry to Shuckle, walk around.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And then you get berry juice. I really.
That's what I was gonna say too, because that's kind of his thing.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I can't think of any way.
I can't think of anything else either because I never got
Gen
there.
2?
That is correct.
Woo!
You have to have Shuckle hold the berries. So that gives you guys 3 points for today. So I am going to ask you guys the fifth question, which is, as always, a question about Pokemon and their stats, because I find it somewhat informative, so people have an idea of like the natural bulk of some Pokemon, the natural like power. What Pokemon has the highest base special defense of all ground type Pokemon?
Wait, special defense?
Yes, special defense. Which ground type Pokemon has the highest special defense?
Highest base special defense of all ground types.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's like a dual type for some reason.
It has to be a dual type.
I cannot think of any ground type by themselves.
What I want to say Zygarde just because of that dragon type.
Zygarde or Primal Groudon. Those two just come straight
because those are two of like the strongest ground types out there. That's what I want to say is it's a toss-up between... And there's just one answer, correct?
There is just one answer, yes.
Okay, so it's one or the other.
I'm thinking more Zygarde because I know that Groudon's more special, more physically defensive. I'm pretty sure about that.
Theoretical question. If we say Zygarde, do we have to be form specific?
No.
Okay, so we just would need to say Zygarde.
Yes, that's all.
So,
I'll accept Zygarde as an answer if that is your answer.
Okay. Do you think Perfect Zygarde would have a higher special defense than Primal Groudon?
Perfectly honest, I've never looked at Perfect Zygarde stats.
I haven't either, but I'm just thinking theoretically. Just because Perfect just makes it sound a little bit more beefy. But
that's somewhat good reasoning. That's somewhat good reasoning.
Somewhat. But then Primal kind of adds to it as well. But my logic is not here today. Do you want to say Perfect Zygarde?
Sure.
Or do you have a stronger argument for Primal?
Like I said with Primal, I'm thinking Primal's more defensive than special defensive.
True.
Because just either Primal Groudon's like 90, but I don't think that's very high for special defense, or 90 or 100 or 110 in that range. And I think there's one with a higher special defense on it.
I want to say, we know it's a legendary.
I'm going to need an answer.
Primal Groudon?
No, well, I was going to go Zygarde, what you said.
Okay, Zygarde. We will say Zygarde.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. The answer is actually Claydol.
Claydol!
Base 120 special defense, highest of all ground type Pokemon. By actually
I run a Claydol. Well, don't I feel bad about myself?
I think the next highest is like Mega Swampert at like 110.
Really? Is that high? I thought it was like 90.
No, Claydol is got a base special defense of like 120. It's nuts bulk.
Come on, Swampert had like 90 or 100.
Yeah, no, it's got 120. This is Mega Swampert, by the way. Mega Swampert.
Yeah, I was assuming that if it's Swampert, it has to be Mega.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? That's a fair point.
Like if you talk about any Pokemon and they have a Mega, you're more or less talking about
Zygarde and Perfect Zygarde actually have the same base special defense of 95.
Okay.
So good try there, guys. You guys got 3 points today, though, which is pretty much where I thought I wanna throw it. Let's see. So let me update our point standings. You guys are playing for coasters, by the way. First one to 30, obviously. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. So that actually updates the bracket somewhat, or maybe not. It ties you guys up and shifts things around slightly. So let me click my button and I'm gonna sort it. All right. So in first place we have Dr. Shamu with 13 points. In second place we have Zcron with 11 points. We have tied for third, Whimsicott and Jushiro with 10 points. Tied for fifth place now is Bocefus and Maximus with 9 points. In seventh place is Viger. Huh?
Oh, it's this close, man. 13.
Yeah, no, 13 and 9. You guys are like all right next to each other still. So don't feel like you're not gonna catch up anytime soon. In seventh place we have Viger with 7 points. In eighth place we have Ethan, and in ninth place we have Snag. All right, everybody. So that is where we're at. You're gonna get coasters at some point whenever you guys hit 30. But though I don't think this is gonna be for a while. You guys are doing a really good job spreading out those points.
Yeah.
And welcome to PokeQuiz PokeQuiz, where we are going to quiz your co-host on their innate Pokemon knowledge. So, of course, as always, guys, lower those browsers. No internet. You gotta use what's in your noggin. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. There are gonna be 5 questions today. I just realized I did not have one with 2 answers. That's good. I am going to. I made one of them in my head 2 answers now. Okay.
You could just each get. Wait, Thatch. Compromise. You give us each a half a point.
This is not happening. we're not doing this half point nonsense.
Okay, Thatch, I agree. The half point is ridiculous. Give me 0.6 of a point.
Oh yeah, I like the way you're thinking.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but I do have some questions for you guys. You guys get a minute to answer each of them, and on top of that, you will be receiving. What am I talking about? You're going to be receiving
coasters.
Oh, coasters if you do win.
Yeah.
First one to 30. Scron's actually in shooting distance of first place right now. So, so we'll see, because we'll see. But you guys also get a hint on one of these questions if you really, really are stuck.
If we don't use our hint, do we get more points?
You do get an extra point if you don't use your hint, and you get all of the questions correct.
Oh boy.
That's how the extra point works. Nobody's been able to do that for a while because I started making the questions a little bit tougher. So,
all right, let's do this, Snag.
Yes. All right. So if you guys are ready, we will jump into the first question. Now, as always, I have some of your fellow co-hosts ask you submit some trivia questions to make your lives a little bit more difficult.
Gotcha.
Also, so they can block you from getting the coasters. Most of the some of these came from Gator today, so we're gonna jump right in and see which ones we can get. So this first question is from Gator. He asks, what berry, when held, will neutralize a super effective rock-type move?
Is that a... Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is that a Micle berry? A Micle berry? M-I-C-L-E?
Berry? I'm going to default to you. My guess would have been Lepa, but that's probably just the first one that came to mind. So.
Oh, no. No, that's not right.
Yeah. No, like I said, I'm
PowerPoint.
I'm going to default to you.
You can also use the hint if you really want.
The other name that comes to mind is Charty, a Charty berry. I think that's flying though. But Micle berry. I think that's right. Because Shuka is ground.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Wait. Thatch. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mickleberry.
You're gonna go with the Mickleberry.
Yeah. Is that okay with you, Snag?
Yeah.
That's okay with me too. That is unfortunately incorrect.
No!
You remember when you said Shardyberry? That was the right answer. I was actually really surprised. I was going to give you multiple choice, but you almost got it, so never mind.
I'll get you back for this one.
What's the Meekleberry do? I forget. It's not even one of them that does damage reduction for super effective moves.
It just came to mind. I don't know why.
Meekleberry raises the accuracy of one move when HP falls below 25%.
Okay, that was really wrong.
Yeah, that was off 100%.
Chartyberry.
All right. So our next question, we're going to move on. So Generation 1. I know Snag's good at Generation 1. In Generation 1, you catch the legendary birds in various locations, different than you do in Generation 3 remakes. And one of these legendary birds is found in a non-optional dungeon. Which one is it?
It is Moltres.
I'll go with his answer here.
Because Moltres is found in Victory Road.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. So that is 1 point for you guys there.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, so this next question is another one from Gator. In Pokemon Sun and Moon introduced us to Pokemon with Alolan forms. And for the first time you see all of these Pokemon Alola, they are in their Alolan form, except for one. Which Pokemon do you first encounter in its natural form, in its original form? Not
Meowth! Because you have a pet Meowth. What?
Is that your final answer?
As long as you're just saying, see in the game and you're not talking about actual battle encounter.
Yes, that is what I will say.
Then yes.
That is correct.
Yes!
That is correct. Meowth is the Pokemon. Wow, I thought that was going to be rougher on you guys, but no. So that is 100% correct. Now this is the question. This next question is worth 2 points. It's going to be kind of a give me for the second point. if you get it correct. So, in Pokemon Sun and Moon had several callbacks to Generation 1 and previous games. One of these references was a reference to the Nugget Bridge, which actually appears almost once again entirely in the same form in Alola. Where in Alola is the Nugget Bridge? And if I will also want the island to go along with that. I will need the location and the island that it is on.
I know the answer to this, Snag.
Go ahead.
It's Melee City Gardens on Ula Ula Island. It's called Melee City. That's the one on. That's the big island. That's the big city on Ula Ula Island, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well then.
Well, I don't know why I answered.
Let's go with that. I know that's the answer because I did that. So
all right, yeah.
Challenge.
That is correct on both accounts. It is in the Melee Garden. There's the Nugget Bridge inside of that. With pretty much the exact same thing. They even give you a nugget at the end, and I think the guy even asked you if you want to join Team Rocket.
Yeah, he does. And then afterwards they say, "Oh, we're just reenactors."
Yeah, we're just reenactors. And so that is correct on both accounts. So that's 4 points for you guys today.
I'm gonna have to go look for that. That's I must have missed that.
Yeah, no, cool. It's something you could easily miss in the game. Absolutely. Okay, so question number 5, the final question. Now, I always ask a question like this on every PokeQuiz, just because I feel like they're informative. So I always ask you about a Pokemon stat and relative to its type. So I want to know what normal type Pokemon has the highest base speed. This includes Gen 7 and Mega Evolutions, obviously. Gen 7 being out for like 5 months at this point, I feel like that's assumed.
Okay, so Snag, we still have a hint. So let's use our hint here.
Let's do that, yeah, because we're not going to get any extra points for it.
It's a Mega.
Okay, fair enough. Mega normal types.
Yeah, Mega normals. See, there's
we got
is it Pidgeot,
which is out. Pidgeot, which comes up. I don't think it's Pidgeot.
Well, what normal Mega is going to be? What normal Mega is even out there? That would be.
There aren't many. I'm trying to think. Let's see.
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot of. And we get 2 minutes on this, right, Thatch?
You do get 2 minutes on this one.
Cool. That one's Mega Altaria is not normal. Yeah, I can't think of any other normal type Megas.
Well, there's Autono.
But that's not going to be faster than Pidgeot.
Yeah, of course not. What else is there? Are there any legendary Megas? Like, no, they're all.
No, those are just primals.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to pull it out of my head.
Mega Sableye doesn't like this Pokemon.
Mega Sableye doesn't like this Pokemon because of what reason?
There's something that's also. Well, crap, Thatch, now you made it harder.
How did I make it harder? You see, I'm trying to narrow it down for you guys.
True.
Quick, let me Google it.
No, you can't Google it.
No.
Mega.
Mega Sableye hates this Pokemon. That's
repetitive. Maybe it is. Is Audino part fairy when it Mega Evolves?
Yes, it is.
It's
not that fast.
I'm trying to think about the only other things that would actually give Mega Sableye trouble. Because
I'm gonna need an answer here soon.
I'm gonna default to you, Zcron.
So much stress. Okay, come on. You're
gonna need to pick something.
I can't hear you.
I need something, Zcron.
Okay, let's just go with Mega. Mega Pidgeot.
All right, I'm gonna take the Mega Pidgeot because time's up. That is incorrect. The answer is actually Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny has a base speed of 135, and Mega Pidgeot's speed is base 121. So
it's
Mega
also Kangaskhan. I forgot.
Oh yeah. Jeez. But yeah, Mega Lopunny makes sense. Now, could you tell me why Mega Sableye doesn't like that? Like what?
Okay, so Mega Lopunny, when it Mega Evolves, gains the Fighting type. And in addition to that, it also gets the Scrappy ability, which allows it to hit Ghost-type Pokemon with Fighting and Normal-type moves.
Yeah.
So it was literally like the defense against Mega Sableye.
Yeah.
Back when it came out. So that's it though, guys, for PokeQuiz this week. You guys got 4 points though, so not too shabby. You guys got 4 points. That changes up the leaderboard a little bit. So
I'm ahead of Beaverla. Yes.
that is true. All right, so we're gonna click sort here, and we're gonna get. So the new standings are the following: Zcron is halfway to the coasters with 15 points. Shamu is close behind, though, with 13 in second place. Tied for third, we have Whimsicott and Jushiro with 10 points. In fifth place, we have Bocefus. In sixth place, we have Snag with 7 points. In seventh place, we have Maximus with 6 points. In eighth place, tied for eighth, we technically have Ethan and Beaverla with 5 points. And we have in 10th place Viger with 4 points, and Gator bringing up the rear with zilch. So that's where we are today, guys. Let's see. The race for the coasters continues. Zcron still needs 15 points. So
let's do it.
It's still anybody's game. It's still anybody's game. Everybody's like an episode within each other. So. Well, that's it for this week's PokeQuiz. We hope you like that. If you want to keep up with Puckle throughout the week, you can go over to the main feed at Puckle Podcast, or you could, of course, just check us out on Discord. Link is in the show notes. You can always support the show in a number of ways by checking out our YouTube channel for more content. You can also check out our Twitch at twitch.tv/thepucklepodcast, and our YouTube is youtube.com/pucklepodcast. You can, of course, help support the show in a variety of different ways. The first being checking out our TeePublic store, purchasing something. You could also go ahead and you can go subscribe to us on Twitch with the Twitch Prime membership, or you can go buy some Vite Ramen using code PUCKLE at checkout for a 10% discount. Or, more importantly, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/pucklepodcast. But we hope you liked it, and we will catch you guys on the flip-flop.